Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Thank you so much for joining me, and today I'm really excited to share a Halloween themed junk journal that I created for a design team project for Kraft Supplies for You. And again, for those of you who are new to my channel, Kraft Supplies for You is an online store that carries gorgeous laces and trims, bling, doilies, appliques, embellishments, just all sorts of fun goodies to use in our crafting projects. And so for this month, I decided again that I really wanted to make a Halloween journal. I did not make one last year and I really missed doing it. So I decided to go ahead and make one and incorporate some of the gorgeous laces and trims from Kraft Supplies for You onto my journal. And so my journal does measure about 5.5 this way. It is 8.5 long and a 2-inch spine. So before I open it up, I did just want to show you guys the spine. I did go ahead and do some beading again on my spine. I just think that looks so pretty, and I still had some orange beads left over from a journal that I made several years ago. So I decided to go ahead and use those. But on top of this, at Kraft Supply for You, she carries these lady cameos, and these are gorgeous. And you guys, they're really not that expensive to pick up. I'm looking here at my little sheet, and the lady cameos, you get 4 for $1.75. So that's a great deal to pick up 4 of those little Halloween looking cameos. So I was excited to see that she carried those, because those are a lot cheaper than some of the other ones that I've seen at some of the craft stores. So I added that. I did cover my journal. It is just some black fabric. And then I'm really excited about the cover here, because a while back I altered a can and I used this gorgeous corset trim. It does come kind of in a white or cream color at Kraft Supplies for You, and I just had this little bit left. And so I decided to go ahead and dye it orange, and just look at how gorgeous that turned out. Just really, really pretty. So I dyed that orange. And I went ahead and added some flat back pearls that are carried at Kraft Supplies for You along the edge of it. And then I used some thin black ribbon from my stash. And then to jazz it up even more, Kraft Supplies for You carries these gorgeous loopy trim, 3D loopy trim. And she has it in all sorts of wonderful colors, but she does carry it in black. And how awesome is that for Halloween? Those little loopy trims. And so it does come on a ribbon, and so you just go ahead and just cut these off of the ribbon. So I added those along the side. And then to make this look a little bit more Halloween, I did go ahead and I have these plastic skulls that I picked up a couple of years ago. They are big, and I just cut it in half so that I could go ahead and just glue it down, peek it out in between my little corset there. And I just love how that turned out. So hopefully you guys like it too. And so on the sides now, when I open this up, you can see all these trims right here are Kraft Supplies for You. And then also these cute little charms are Kraft Supplies for You. Not the middle pieces, but just the silver outside pieces. She carries different metal pieces, and she has some in oval. She has these. She does have them in a bronze color. These ones are silver. And so what I ended up doing is just going ahead, and I had some like little puffy Halloween stickers. And so I just added those into the middle of these, but you could easily just punch out some sort of image for the middle of them. But I just love how those turned out, the little charms hanging from the laces. So I added 3 of those onto my book here. I did use a number of scrapbooking pages and also some digital companies. If people are wondering the digital companies, I think I use Calico Collage, Tsunami Rose, and also Ephemer's Vintage Garden. Some different pieces. I will link those also below if you guys are interested. But again, all the laces and trims in this book are Kraft Supplies for You. And the only thing I want to point out before I get to going is, like, this is Kraft Supplies for You, and it was a gorgeous cotton trim. And it was white, and I did dye that orange when I was dyeing this also. I just wanted to see how it would look orange, and it turned out fabulous. So that's all this orange that you see here is the stuff that I dyed. I hand dyed those just because I wanted some orange trim in this book. But I do have to point out this gorgeous fanned lace trim at Kraft Supplies for You. It's so pretty. So this little piece right here opens up, and I have a little tag there. I did add like some glossy accents with some, and then underneath that I did use Winka Stella, so there is some shimmer to that butterfly. I did do a lot of stamping and stenciling. I did coffee dye my paper and also bake it. And I got it really grungy like this just because I coffee dyed it and then baked it. And then when I pulled it out, I went ahead and dumped more coffee on it and made it even more grungy looking. And then I also inked all of my edges. Some of my edges actually burned a little bit in the oven, so I've been saving this paper for a while so that I could use it in a Halloween one. I just wanted it really grungy looking. So some more of the Kraft Supply for You trim. This one was a bigger white cotton crochet trim that I also dyed orange. And I have a little tag. I did sew on a lot of my tags. And then also this gorgeous little ribbon right here is Kraft Supply for You too. I thought that was really cute. And this one you got a couple of yards, I think, when I ordered that one. Just a little journaling spot in there. I dyed some, or coffee dyed some tracing paper. These are napkins that I decoupaged on. And then here's some gorgeous dangle trim from Kraft Supply for You. And I did cover up a little bit of the little pieces right here just with some of those puffy stickers. These are the same stickers that I used on the little embellishments on the side. I just added those on top just as a little decorative element. But I really enjoy making Halloween junk journals. I don't know why I didn't make one last year, but this year I did get to it, so I was really happy. So I did have some little tulle left over from the past that has spider webs on it, so I went ahead and added that in here. Lots of writing space in this journal. I did have some old sheet music that had some titles that seemed appropriate for Halloween, like this one was called Moon Magic, and so I did decoupage those down. And I did look at photocopying or scanning in that music to share, but it did have a copyright on it, so I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So, and the pages were kind of brittle and falling apart, so I was able to decoupage them down and reuse them, but I did not scan them in just because of the copyright stuff. And so you can even see down here, this is kind of where it baked a little too long and started burning in my oven, but I do like the little fringe look down there. And then right here, I just used some washi tape to hold down some of that tulle trim. And again, that orange trim that I dyed from Kraft Supplies for You. So here's the middle of the first signature. And I want to go ahead and add something to this. A couple of years ago, I added little spiders, and I think I might do that again just to the ends of those strings, but I haven't decided yet, so I left them for now. Put a couple little tags in there. And then here's kind of a little double pocket, so this little picture of Edgar Allan Poe does come out, and then the little bingo card back here. And this little scrapbooking paper had the little moon on it, so I thought that was kind of cool. This is just an envelope, and there's a little journaling card in there. So here's some of that, some of the white crochet or white cotton trim, and I have, like I said, in parts of the book, I did dye this orange. So you do see this in the book that's in orange. I left it white there. So here's a little bag, and that flips open. This flips up, and then so there's a spot here if you wanted to put a photo or something, a Halloween photo, you could. And then in the bag, I have a couple postcards, and again, these are little pieces of Kraft Supply for You trim on those. But I'm kind of amazed. She carries at Kraft Supply for You a ton of different black laces and trims. She has so many to choose from that it's really fun to be able to add to your Halloween or your Gothic type themed journals. And then so here's the end of this signature, and so here I have just another little like corner tag here. I thought that was kind of cute, and then I added just this little book that you can journal on. I glued that down. So the beginning of the next signature, and again, this, like I said, this is one of my favorite black laces that she carries. It's very elegant looking, so I mean it works perfect for these journals, but you can also use it on other projects if you need an elegant looking black trim. That's definitely a nice trim. Little pocket, again some more of her laces and trims from her store. Then this is kind of a double pocket here. And I just have some tags that I just decorated on. I like putting the orange one up front so then you can kind of see the color through there. And this is a little flip out. I like this scrapbooking paper right here, so I left this side kind of like that. But this side you can journal on. It just has some creepy images around it. Then there's some more of that music paper. This one was called Spooks, a nocturnal episode. I thought that was kind of neat. And it was vintage paper, but it still had a copyright because I looked it up. So like I said, I didn't feel comfortable scanning it in, just because I try and do my best to adhere by copyright policies when I can. So here's a little pocket that I created. Here's a little tag, coffin tag of Edgar Allan Poe, and then another one of those little mini journals that I just added in for extra writing. So here's a little flip up here so you can journal in there, and it's also a pocket. Another little image of a kid with a black cat. Then I have a couple tags in there. Some more of that tulle. Another creepy image. Little bingo card and another. And that's Kraft Supply for You too there. Just left over from a past design, just a little remnant I had. But yeah, she does have some gorgeous black trim in her store. Another little pocket with a tag. I tried to decorate the back sides of all my tags a little bit, but there's still a lot more than enough room to write on those. And here's a little pocket right here. Some more of that, her trim that I dyed orange. Here's some little black trim. I use this in a lot of the tags, this trim from her store. I used it all in this journal, so there isn't any of that left. I think I have just enough to do my next project of leftover stuff. I saved enough for my next project, but otherwise I used most of my design team package on this project. Another little flip out here so you can journal here and journal there. Another little creepy image. There's a lady with a skeleton behind her. That one just says trick or treat. Some more of that spooky music that I found. This one was called March of the Goblins. Actually had someone's name up top on that one. That's the middle of the last signature. But again, just lots of writing space in this one. Here's a little pocket. And this one, I still want to do something to this one. It just seems like it needs a little bit of color. Then I made a paper clip. That's a paper clip and just another little journal card that I made. another flip out, so this flips this way so you can journal there, or you can flip it this way and then you could add something right here. You could add another little something that you journaled on and tape it down. Then another one of those little mini books that I created just using the leftover paper scraps. After I cut up this paper for the pages, I just used the leftover pieces to make those little journals. So nothing got wasted. And so here I have a belly band, but the belly band also flips up so you can journal on those pages. And then behind the belly band I just have a couple tags and little journaling cards. And again, all the back sides are decorated. And here's a little pocket. It's kind of a double pocket. I can stick something there. I have a couple little things. And then a tag right here too. Again, these little orange pieces are Kraft Supply for you that I hand dyed. If you want to dye your laces, you can either like go to the store and you can buy the RIT dye, the liquid dye that they have orange. Or if you have like some glimmer mist type sprays that are in orange colors, some of the Ranger sprays, any of those will work to dye your laces, whatever you have on hand. And I've even used just like re-inkers for my stamp pads and then added water to them to dye things if I didn't have the right colors. I usually often have the re-inkers in the right colors. So you can dye your laces in a lot of different ways. And of course, if you're into natural dyeing, you can use food products like beets and things like that, or avocado skins to dye. I don't know how you would dye an orange one though, but so the last page I just added the little October 31st, and then again here's some Kraft Supply for You trim that I use just to edge that off. And so that is my journal, Halloween journal this year. I'm really excited about this one. I just love how the cover turned out with that corset trim. I think it's gorgeous. So thanks everybody so much for watching. And again, if you are interested in purchasing any of these laces or trims that I used today, make sure you go and check out Kraft Supplies for You. I do know that she still has all of these black trims. She has these still in the store. She still has the corset trim in her store, which again, like I said, it comes in white, but you guys can easily dye it whatever color you want. And it turned out so pretty in the orange. It just really made the cover for me. So I do, of course, have all those links listed below, so I do hope you go and check them out, along with social media sites and also the other lovely ladies who are part of the design team. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I do hope to see you back later this month for another KS4U design team project. And until then, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and happy crafting.